It's recording. Okay, here's the audience. Plus me. Plus me.
Okay. Good morning. I know it's been quite a long time since my last speech, but I'm pretty sure you all are eager and hanging on the edge of your seat to hear another one. So today I have a very important subject to talk to you about, like always. But this is one you're actually going to want to hear about. That is super cute. Sorry, my dog's being cute. This has been a topic that all of y'all have been dying to hear about ever since you first started school back in kindergarten. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be talking about nap time. The one time every kid looks forward to in school. There are a very, very large amount of benefits that come to having a nap time inserted into school. And I propose that we insert this nap time only about half an hour long right after the designated lunch period. Now we have half an hour to settle your stomach. Even if you have swimming directly after that, I mean, you have to wait 30 minutes after eating to swim, right? So it's perfect. It gives you time to rest, relax, finish up on homework. It gives you time to rejuvenate your energy and body to pay attention later in class. To finish up the last few problems on homework, or just, quietly gossip with your friends. There's little to no disadvantages to having a nap time. And I'm going to go into some of the major advantages to having one. One, you become popular with the ladies. No, but seriously, the first point I'm going to get to is the actually getting a time to sleep. Most kids are already falling asleep in class, already doing all that, and it's awful. They're not paying attention. So, by doing this, they're going to get well rested. And because they are well rested, they're going to be more alert in class. They're going to be able to stay up later and finish all of the homework they have, especially if it's more of the more participating kids in our assembly that take pre-AP, AP classes while still being in sports and clubs. So they're already going to be exhausted. This rejuvenates them and lets them be able to have more energy to do this properly and stay up later to finish up the homework in which they have. You're probably asking yourself, who would want this to happen? Who wants nap time? I can guarantee you it's not only the most requested thing I have heard as a student in Clear Falls. I decided to do what I always do and conduct a survey. I did a survey, and 9.5 out of 10 students agreed that they would not only approve if it was submitted as an idea, they would participate flawlessly every day in nap time. And not only students, this also goes for teachers. Teachers would love to have nap time, or at least a quiet time to catch up grading a few things, rest their eyes, just take a mental break in general. This brings us to our second point. Not only do you want to catch up on sleep, you also need time to do homework. And I already talked about doing homework. But what you could do instead is, if you're a slow eater during lunch, is what I was getting to. During lunch, there's a lot of people that don't get to finish their lunch food, which I've noticed in my 3 years on Clear Falls. And they're always upset, so they're trying to talk and they're trying to eat at the same time. They're not very capable because it gets gross. So they're a slow eater, and they need a little bit of extra time to finish that apple, finish getting nutrients in their body, to protect those bodily fluids. And this brings me back to my third point. That even though people are going to be well rested, people are still going to ask, because they're well rested, what is this going to do for the school? And so, I've made a diagram. A beautiful diagram, in which I shall show now. I have to warn you, I'm not an artist, but you are going to love this. More sleep causes more toleration. Toleration for students to teachers and teachers to students. More toleration is equal to less fighting. Less hostility between the two members and parties. Less hostility then triggers less teachers pulling out their hair and quitting their jobs, which nobody likes. And because they're doing this, we are going to have a happier campus all around. Happier students, happier teachers, happier everyone. So now that I know that you're astonished and just dumbfounded by my beautiful art skills of that amazing piece of paper, I'm going to move on to my last and final point. Because you were going to allow them to discuss things and have small gossip sessions in the halls outside of the actual classrooms where people are going to be napping and relaxing, this allows them to get it out of their system. If they wanted to really talk with somebody that's going to be in their lunch, to finish up their conversation from lunch, to get it out of the system so they'll be less distracted in class when they try to talk about it. Excuse me. And this will be enforced by a very strict policy, a no-tolerance policy, which is called, keep it down out there's people in here trying to sleep. It's very cleverly named, I know, I'm a very genuine man. But this policy will not only be promptly and directly enforced by teachers, but there's no other scarier force out there than teachers that are sleepy and tired yelling at you in the halls. They're going to get one warning in which they're going to no longer be able to talk during the day, and they're going to be taken inside, and then if they get told again, they're just going to be sent directly to the office for a referral. Because sleepy people do not have tolerance. That's what I'm saying. Back to there. Higher tolerance with more sleep. And if this policy is done correctly and nicely, most people will follow it and it'll be easy. Okay, I'm turning off. And this brings me back to my conclusion. My conclusion is very simple. Everybody gets more sleep, everybody's happier. Everybody's happier, things go smoother in school, people learn more. So all I propose is to put a 30-minute segment for people to sleep and to finish up what they were doing for lunch. Really, no. To finish up what they're doing during lunch and get well rested. So thank you for listening to me on my proposal today. That is all.